right, it's road trip time again, and unlike the last one, which was just a couple hours, this is what I consider a true road trip, so it's gonna be fun. What makes it even more fun is I'm actually getting quite a number of things done to my van. I am going to Agile Offroad down in Santee, California, which is kind of around San Diego for those that aren't familiar with it. And since I live in Northern California, it's maybe an 8-hour drive for me. In any case, this is gonna be fun. I look forward to, well, even just the drive. I'm gonna camp in my van a little bit as well, even though it's not fully ready, obviously, but it's good enough for putting a mattress on the ground and a sleeping bag. And I'll let you know what I'm gonna be doing or having them do to the van when I get down there. All right. So I'm sitting here at Agile Offroad, and behind me are my suitcase and my sleeping bag. And the reason is I slept in my van last night, which was fun. First time I've done that. But the suitcase is because I'm gonna leave my van here for the next 4 days. And unlike every other project I've done so far, where I've, had to spend the time researching and then installing and learning and doing, all the work, I get the fun part of, I guess, just spending money this time, because I'm gonna get quite a number of things done to the van that are outside of my wheelhouse. So the first one is up here in the front. I'm gonna get a winch put in, and I'll explain a little more after they're done what they are. But the reason for it is, unlike my truck where I go out with my friends a lot, off-roading and having a great time, if I get stuck, I have them to help me get out of things. But with this van, I plan on doing a lot more solo related adventures, and I want to make sure I can get myself out of trouble if I get in it. The other thing that they're going to do is I'm getting new tires and wheels. So again, I'll show you what they are after the fact. I'm going to get new suspension put in, and you can't see it, but underneath I have a 23-gallon gas tank, and I'm going to get a double 46-gallon gas tank. And then in the back, I'm going to be moving the spare that's underneath to a rack on the back. And it's two-purpose. The downside is my van is going to be that much longer, and it's already pretty long, but it's going to offer me a lot of functionality. One of the things is I can put my max tracks, which are, for those who don't know, they're like plastic sleds that you can put underneath each tire if you get stuck in mud or snow or anything. And again, like I mentioned, I'm going to be out on my own more, so I want to make sure I can do it. The tire also provides me the ability to hang other stuff that might be muddy on it, and not kind of have to have it inside my van. I think that's it for now. I'm eventually going to get a compressor, but I want it to be 24 volt, and it was out of stock, so I'm gonna have to come back for that. And I'm also gonna get a updated window on the inside here, which will have 2 levers on the bottom to open up and let air come in when I'm sleeping. So that also was not able to come in, so I will come back for those too. Anyways, next time we see the van, it will be lifted, new tires, and all the other great stuff. So excited. All right, before I show you the goodies that Agile Offroad did for me, I wanted to just point out 2 other things that I have kind of done, which are, kind of aftermarket stuff. One of them is the D2 Espar heater. It's a diesel heater. It's quiet. It produces, I think, like 7,500 BTUs. I got the high altitude package because I plan on spending quite a bit of time in Colorado in the mountains there, which of course are very high. So that kind of makes it so there will be no issues for me. It's highly rated. It's pretty common. I picked the diesel. I wanted a diesel heater specifically because, well, that's the fuel source of my truck. And so I thought, well, I wouldn't need to have an alternate around like propane, and I don't have to worry about it kind of wearing down my battery overnight if I had if it was electrical, which is highly inefficient to have an electrical heater, but you can do it. Anyways, that's the reasoning. And then one more item I want to show you real quick is the cell booster right here, and it's a weBoost. It was very easy to put in. Also, really impressed. I know this is going to sound funny, but with the packaging that came with this, they just laid it out beautifully and made it really simple for you to understand the pieces and what you needed to install and so on. So that is on top, and I'll just show a quick picture of that, as well as maybe put a video in real quick right here that shows the installation of it, but very, very simple. All right, let's get over to the fun stuff. Good morning. So last night I picked up my van from Agile Offroad, and they did all the things I was asking them to do. It looks so good. I am really, really happy with it. I started driving home last night. There was a bit of traffic, and so I didn't get as far as I wanted. I pulled off and slept in my van, which was actually great. A little tight, as you can see, because I have all my spare tires in there, but I just used my blow-up air mattress from backpacking and my sleeping bag, and it was great. As you can see, I have a beautiful scenery here. I decided to take the scenic route home to my house in Northern California, and I'm driving along Highway 1, and it's beautiful. Just gorgeous here. Anyways, so let's go over what they did real quick. In the front, they actually installed a hidden winch. It's a Warn winch, WARNN. It comes with this wireless remote to use it, and it has a 10,000 pound capacity. I do want more than that, just because it's good to have overhead. So what I'm gonna end up doing is using a snatch block. It's essentially a pulley system that'll double the capacity to 20,000 pounds without needing to increase, the girth of the actual winch itself. And then of course you can see the tie down points they've added. Also underneath there's skid plate here. They do that for added strength and stability with the winch because of the pull and torque it does, but it also gives me added stability when I go over rocks. Then you can see in here the suspension system they added with the shocks, and so that really helps with the ride. I already have noticed it driving here just in a little bit. It rides so much better, and of course it's gonna really help when I start doing off-roading. Right here is my beautiful wheels, my black Rhino wheels, and the tires, my BF Goodrich tires. So I am absolutely ready to head off-road with this setup. In the back, I mentioned previously I was gonna put the spare up, so 2 reasons, but you can kind of visualize it now. The first one is that it allows me to hang my max tracks on the sides of these, or in the front, and those are basically plastic pieces that go under your tires if you get stuck in sand or mud, and can get you out a lot easier, get you out of some tricky situations. But the other reason is that I got a water tank that fits into the spare compartment. This is going to be my gray tank. My fresh one is going to be inside, but it gives me the perfect spot for it and holds it. And then over here, I got installed or replaced my old gas tank with a new one, and this doubles my capacity to around 50 gallons, which will allow me to do any adventure I want without having to worry about the fuel situation. All right, so with that, I'll just leave you with this absolutely gorgeous view, and until next time, bye.